You have elderly parents. This is all about how to recognize when your parents are no longer able to look after themselves. It's a super challenging but a crucial task, and it's important to approach this situation with sensitivity and empathy. Got some signs for you to look at. You have elderly parents. This is all about how to recognize when your parents are no longer able to look after themselves. It's a super challenging but a crucial task, and it's important to approach this situation with sensitivity and empathy. Got some signs for you to look at. Number one, changes in personal hygiene. If they normally dress up on Sundays, or they are always dressed whenever you show up and they always got their outfit on and even maybe a little lipstick or some makeup, and all of a sudden they are not doing that anymore, or you notice that there may be a bit of a smell or their teeth may be looking kind of yucky, that could be a sign that they are not looking after themselves and need some care. Some unexplained weight loss is number two. Significant weight loss without a clear reason is a problem. Could be a nutritional problem that they're not eating enough, or it could be a health issue that needs to be brought to the attention of a doctor. You know your parents and what their house is like, and if it's normally well kept, that they have looked after vacuuming and dusting every week or every other week, their dishes get done and dishes get put away and all that kind of stuff, and their laundry's done normally, and you show up and all of a sudden it's not being done anymore. A few things aren't being done. Their kitchen looks messy. They're not wiping down the counters as they used to, or they've got old fruit that is collecting fruit flies and such. That could be a sign that they need some help. Forgetfulness and confusion. We all forget stuff, but if this is an ongoing thing and they have frequent memory lapses, they have difficulty recalling recent events, or they're just confused about time and place, it could be a sign of cognitive decline. Right now, my mom is in a situation where it's been Christmas coming for quite some time now, since they just get confused about the time. We have to laugh about it because otherwise we'll cry. But yeah, definitely confusion and forgetfulness. Medication management is not being looked after. Now they've got the pill packs. Makes it easier for a lot of people, so that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I've taken them in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. But if you notice that it's Tuesday, but Friday's pills are gone, then there's a problem with them being able to manage their pills. It might be because they can't see and they're not putting their glasses on, or they're just totally confused. Another one is poor mobility or frequent falls. We all are getting older and we have aches and pains, but if it's really getting bad where there's some physical limitations that lead to unsteadiness, muscles and joints, or it could be other morbidities and health issues that can cause somebody to have falls, lightheadedness and heart conditions and all kinds of things. So if you're noticing that, you definitely need to make an appointment. Neglected bills and financial issues. Basically, my mom was like, every Friday was like Finance Friday, and that's when she did and paid all her bills. She went to the bank, she did her little envelope and paid her bills, and she got that checkbook, sent everything away, and then everything was organized and put into shoe boxes. And all of a sudden I started seeing, she managed to go get the mail from the mailbox, but then there was stacks of mail just sitting there, like she just didn't know what to do with it anymore. And even sometimes I was finding envelopes stuck in clothing drawers. That's another sign that we need to look out for them. They're not being able to manage themselves. Difficulty cooking and meal preparation is another sign. If they struggle with cooking, they might burn their food, or there's spoiled groceries. They go and look in the fridge and there's stuff that I started to buy groceries for my mom, so I knew what she had in the fridge. I knew when I bought it and what was being eaten when I went to look at the fridge to check to see, how she was doing. And I would notice that things that were fairly easy for her for a while to manage, put a plate of deli meats and a slice of tomato was kind of her go-to thing in the summer, and some potato salad. Well, that wasn't getting eaten anymore, but any of the treats that I bought for her, like some tarts or muffins, like they were inhaled and gone. I'd see her like from one day to the next and there'd be like 4 muffins to the whole package was gone. It was on the counter and it was easy, and that's what she went to grab. Somebody, maybe they have a hearing problem, or they have newfound anxiety, or as if like with the pandemic, it was really bad for my mom, and so there was nothing going on. They just become tired, and it's too much effort for them to be in a social environment. So if you notice that they're not doing their normal things, going to Wednesday coffee or Friday social or cards, then that is another sign that there's something going on. Changes in mood and behavior. Could have frequent mood swings, depression, anxiety. Change in personality can be a sign of emotional stress, as well as possibly related to ability to care for themselves. I know my mom got really mad when the doctor said you can't drive anymore. She still talks about her car, and sometimes she remembers she doesn't have it, and other times she thinks it's in the parking lot. But yeah, she can get pretty angry about that, and they get sad because they're not independent anymore. They can't do the things that they used to do, and they remember those things. It's a cognitive thing. They may not remember what they had for lunch, but they certainly remember maybe previous years ago. So she would remember being able to hop in the car, and she did her normal routine. I'm going to go to Shoppers, I'm going to go to the bank, I'm going to go to the grocery store, and she did her little loop. And if it was summertime, she would stop at the fruit stand. Being not able to do that anymore makes her angry and sad and a little depressed. You may find unexplained injuries, frequent bruises or cuts, and injuries without a reasonable explanation may suggest that they are wrist falls. That could be just a stub their foot on a carpet, or it could be a health condition, a medical condition that you're going to have to make sure that they get some help and get to the doctor. Difficulty with transportation, may no longer be able to drive, or they may be reluctant to go out and drive. Maybe their eyesight isn't what it used to be. Maybe they're anxious and it's a big job for them to go out, and they might not feel that they can do that. They're used to driving, so they don't even think to order or a cab, call somebody to get some help. So that can be a sign as well. Decline in cognitive abilities, struggles with problem solving, decision making, or the inability to manage everyday tasks are signs of cognitive decline, which can obviously hinder their self-care. Lack of necessary supplies. None of these things are working. Their mind's not working. They're fearful to go out. They're not able to keep a list and run out of essential items like toilet paper and food and medications. They're going to need help managing those kinds of things. They may be resistant to change or ask for help. They are losing their independence. They realize that getting old and they can't do the things that they used to, and they don't want to admit it, especially not to other people, because they know what's next. You were living independently, you were driving your own car, and now family's going to come in and they're going to take all that away. They're going to put me in a home or whatever is going on in their minds. The reality is that you see all these signs, or even some of these signs, they need to be looked after. You might be able to just get help in the home. Maybe a retirement living is the way to go, and they do have enhanced care. But if they're already past that point, then you might be looking at a nursing home. Keep in mind, if you notice any of these signs with your parents, wait lists for different places is extremely long. Our baby boomers are getting to this age, they're older, and unfortunately, we don't have enough care to look after our baby boomers. Maybe your parents aren't ready yet, but you need to start having these discussions, talk about their finances, talk about where they want to end up or where they would be okay to end up. End of life care and all these kinds of things are super important to find out before they are incapacitated. So if you have any questions, I'm obviously going through this myself. It's been a really hard road, but I can certainly lead you to some help and share some of my experience. There's definitely a community in your area that has the support that you would need. Get hooked up with them. Google is your friend. If you have any questions, you want a referral, or you need just an ear to listen to, please don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'm always willing to help. And of course, if you need to sell the family home, I'm more than willing to help you out down that road. Anyways, be where you want to be for as long as you can. So if you need any help or any referrals, I am here. My name is Lisa Selvage. I'm with eXp Realty here in Muskoka, and we want you to be where you want to be for as long as you can be. But don't hesitate to reach out.